Law enforcement officials have said that a shooting involving former US President Donald Trump is being investigated as an attempted assassination. Trump was speaking at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania when gunshots rang through the crowd. The attacker fired multiple rounds towards the stage before being killed by Secret Service agents. One person in the audience was killed and 2 others are in a critical condition. In a post on his Truth Social account, Trump said he was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. He was released from hospital and will reportedly continue on the campaign trail as scheduled. In a speech, President Joe Biden said everybody must condemn political violence. Biden spoke to Trump, but the White House didn't reveal what was said in their conversation. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said there's no absolute certainty that the second-in-command of Hamas was killed in an airstrike in southern Gaza on Saturday. Israel said it had targeted Mohammed Deif in the massive strike on Al-Mawasi, an area the Israeli military had declared a safe zone. Local health officials said at least 90 people, including children, were killed. Hamas rejected the claim that Deif was in the area at the time of the strike. But Netanyahu said that cracks were starting to appear in the Hamas leadership as it faced an increasingly intense Israeli military response. Israel launched its campaign in Gaza after Hamas militants stormed into southern Israel and killed some 1,200 people on October the 7th. Since then, Israeli ground offensives and bombardments have killed more than 38,000 people in Gaza. The youngest son of Mukesh Ambani, Asia's richest man, has married his longtime girlfriend in what many have dubbed the wedding of the year. The marriage of Anant Ambani and Radhika Merchant took place in India's western coastal city of Mumbai. It was the culmination of months of wedding-related events that featured performances by pop stars including Rihanna and Justin Bieber. The 4-day wedding celebrations began on Friday with the traditional Hindu wedding ceremony and will be followed by a grand reception that's expected to run throughout the weekend. The guest list for the lavish event includes former British Prime Ministers Tony Blair and Boris Johnson, as well as Adele, Lana Del Rey, Drake and David Beckham. The Ambani family didn't comment on or confirm the guest list, but local television news channels showed the arrivals of celebrities like Kim Kardashian and professional wrestler and Hollywood actor John Cena. Protesters have marched in Paris to remember the Ukrainian athletes killed in the Russian invasion ahead of the Olympic Games opening in the French capital. Organized by the Union of Ukrainians in France, protesters wore T-shirts with the names of the 450 athletes who have lost their lives in the war. Some were also demonstrating against Russia's neutral participation in the Games. Athletes from Russia and Belarus can participate, but not under their country's flags. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has said a military operation in Iraq and Syria against the Kurdistan Workers' Party is almost complete. Ankara launched Operation Clawlock in 2022 to target PKK hideouts in both countries. PKK separatists have waged an armed insurgency in Turkey for decades, hoping to establish an independent Kurdish state. The group has been designated a terrorist organization by the EU, the US and the UK. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has presented his case for continued military support to US governors. He appealed for more military aid at the National Governors Association meeting in Salt Lake City. Zelensky said, "We do not ask for your boots on the ground," and repeated an appeal for better air defense systems. His speech came after NATO members agreed on a program to provide reliable military aid to Ukraine.